Hi babies, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to the series. I feel like I'm gonna do a different series because I'm just like, there's so many ideas that's in my head. Yes, your girl's got her nails done for Halloween. Very Halloweeny, spooky vibes. I love Halloween because it's my season, 'tis the season. I'm a Scorpio, so yes, I love all this spooky Halloween vibes. So today I'm going to be doing a Halloween look for you guys. It's one of my favorite. I actually did it 2 years ago. Not too sure, but Anita, darling, grab my makeup bag because we're finna go peek my face, darling. If you haven't already, come join the family, darling. Why not? Subscribe, like, comment. If you watch it this far, might as well subscribe, right? So let's tap in and get to glamming. So I want to start with the Elmer's glue for my brows because I'm going to be drawing in a new set of eyebrows. If I look absolutely insane for this look, I'm not posting it. I'm just kidding. I'm posting the results. But yeah, I'm kind of terrified because your girl has never done anything like this before. So yeah, kind of scared, kind of excited at the same time. I'm gonna go in with my Revolution concealer in the color Deep Tan, and I'm gonna put it all over my brows because we are trying to hide these micro bladed brows, okay? Yeah, so we're gonna do my best to conceal and redraw new brows. I'm already looking absolutely nuts. I haven't washed my beauty blender, so 1 second. I have a beauty blender here and I'm going to tap on my face to make sure I cover this bad boys of eyebrows up. What's going on nowadays in the world, what do I really care about to talk about on my channel, and this article, well, not an article, this video had popped up on my feed and it really caught my attention, and the video is about Bridget Malcolm, the Victoria's Secret supermodel, and the title was called Brave Supermodel, Expose the Dark Side of Victoria's Secret. Now we all know Victoria's Secret don't really have a good, what can I say? Their business is done. If you haven't been keeping up for these past years, their business has plummeted like over the years of, you know, women coming out and saying the industry is terrible, especially Victoria's Secret, you know. I don't know if this is supposed to look like this. It's like really not cute right now. I think I'm gonna set the brows because I think that's the most that we can do. So I'm just not even gonna mess with it. We're gonna set it with the beauty blender. I don't know why that is stuck in my head. Dang it, TikTok. It's like really not working right now. I don't know why. I really tried, y'all. Like, my brows don't want me to be great. Like, it just, I'm letting the brows dry so we can chat a little bit before we go into this video. Apparently she's exposing Victoria's Secret, what goes on in her experience. She walked the show in 2015 and 2016. She says that she's been sexually assaulted, growled by a man, raped by a man, basically, used cocaine to lose weight, and it was told to her by her own agent to have a lot of sex so she can lose weight. I'm gonna just clip it right there so you guys can see. Like, at one part of the video, I was really like shooken at the fact that they were doing it. They were in, like, of course, undies, and they're like planking before a show, I guess, because they weren't thin enough. And you can visually see that these girls, their weight is fine. And I was just like, they look anorexic. Like, it is just whatever. So the video goes on to say that they have ties with Jeffrey Epstein. And if you don't know the gruesome crimes that Epstein have committed in the past, you need to look it up, get into it. But he was pled guilty in 2008 by Florida State Court. Yeah, he was found dead. He gone now after raping tons and tons of women, of kids. These men in this industry is so freakishly disgusting. I literally can't. We're gonna watch a snip of like what pops out in the video for me to see in this video.
By my agent, I'd been told whilst I was underage to just have lots of sex to lose weight. Work, girl!
It's a bold move, standing up to the powerful men in this industry. But
it's just like, I feel like these powerful men with money putting these shows together, it's just like a fetish for them. And, you know, women that want to be in this industry, and like myself, like when I was growing up, I was like, oh my God, I would love to be a Victoria's Secret model. But really, it's like, looking back into it, it's like, oh my God, I could have been raped. I could have been, you know, in these situations, traumatized for life, PTSD, and all this stuff. Like, it's actually so sad to know that these women were treated like they were properties. You know what I mean? Like, having to be exploited for sex to become a model. Like, what? Shit is insane. Anyways, let's get into drawing the brows. So I'm going to use my little angle brush right here, and I'm gonna use like a black shadow to draw these brows on. I'm kind of nervous, I won't lie to you.
that day.
Oh boy, that's a big question. Maybe I would say to her, get into therapy early.
At the age of 15, an impressionable young Bridget was told by her agent to lose weight. And so she simply stopped eating, marking the beginning of a decade-long battle with eating disorders, perpetuated by an intoxicating image-based industry. She says the message was simple. The thinner, the better. Was it right that you were told to do cocaine and have more sex?
Yeah, over the years I've heard all kinds of things, but at the end of the day, what always worked for me was just to not eat.
Do you remember what the longest period was that you went without food?
So the longest I managed to go without eating was 3 days, and I had to quit because I kept passing out, and I was annoyed with myself because I was determined to make it to 5 days.
Next, I'm gonna use my Morphe green right here. Like, she's saying that she is starving herself for her to lose weight and not eat for those days. Like, there's two alternatives of you losing weight. Like, in the industry, they're really saying that to you. Like, oh, just have more sex with men, aka the men that's, behind Victoria's Secret.
Days, but I couldn't function, I couldn't move, and it was incredibly frustrating. I remember being so angry with myself and feeling as though I'd failed somehow in not being able to survive on just water for that long. In every which way, I was a shell. Personality, mental, physical, emotional, all of it.
Ironically, as Bridget hit rock bottom, she was more in demand as a model than ever before. Her success defied the trauma her body was going through as a result of the incessant pursuit of weight loss. At 25, she stopped menstruating, her hair was falling out, and she could hardly climb a flight of stairs, let alone walk a runway. She says nowhere was the pressure to be dangerously skinny more apparent than at Victoria's Secret.
Like, I don't think people realize the importance of a menstrual period. Like, women, what? Yo, we take birth control because, of course, because we don't want to get pregnant, or it helps with acne. It's a choice that we want to have those problems, right? That we don't want to deal with bad acne, or we're trying to regulate our hormones correctly, and so our doctor would suggest birth control. And because of her eating habits and her dieting, not because she wants to, not that is advised with her doctor, or she's wanting to prevent getting pregnant, or any of those matter that it pertains to her hormones or anything of that matter, is because she had such poor eating habits where she stopped having a menstrual period. Like, I think that is such a sad thing to go through when you are choosing it. And while you're going through all this stuff, you're at your highest peak in your career because you're starving yourself, because the industry is that way. It's fucked up in that sense. But society has no fucking idea when this was going on, and this is so fucking sad.
But ultimately, it was being dumped by that very brand that sent her spiralling. The waif-thin model claims they told her she was too big after gaining half an inch on her hips. How clear was the message from Victoria's Secret that you needed to be super skinny?
Pretty clear. I had an eating disorder. I was reliant on anti-anxiety medication. I was having panic attacks constantly. I was exhausted. My body was malnourished. My mind was malnourished. And it was relentless. What that company represented for me and for so many other women was extremely exploitative at that time. To me, it felt like controlling women, getting women as small as possible, and then even not being small enough. I'm still honestly trying to wrap my head around it, and I last had contact with them 4 years ago. So, yeah, it takes time, I guess.
There'll be people watching this saying, no one forced you to starve yourself.
Yeah, nobody was holding a gun to my head. And so for the people who say, no one was forcing you to do this, I say, you're right. I completely agree with you. However, you're incredibly privileged to not have had the experience of being in an unhealthy relationship like that. It felt very controlling, and it felt... I don't know. I've never experienced anything like it before, and I hope to never again. It was truly quite a traumatic experience.
I don't think anyone would want to go through something like that. Like, oh, you chose that. Oh, like you wanted that. I don't think any model getting into the modeling industry would want that, would want to deal with that. To like starving yourself or feeling like you don't need to eat because you're going to get fat. Like, what in the fuck are you talking about? Because I have gone to big brands forecasting calls and they are relentless, dude. Like, oh my God, I can't even tell you the experience I had. It was, I think, Ford Models Agency, and the girl just literally looked at me and she said, "You're not tall enough. You can go." I said, I literally wanted to leave that casting call and just start crying because that lady just made me feel so not good enough for their agency. When I know that, you know, petite models do exist nowadays. Like, so many women had to deal with pain and hurt and rejection from the modeling world, saying that they're not good enough and that their body is not good enough, or they're not tall enough, or they're not thin enough, or they're not this and this and this, when models should be, you are shaped like this. Somewhere out there in the world, someone shapes like you. And that's okay, and you're perfect, or you're perfect for this campaign that we're looking for. Every woman's body is perfect. I cannot stress that enough, because we aren't born the same, and we need to teach our kids to love themselves, regardless of what society says. Oh my God, it literally pains me to like watch this, because I know exactly the feeling of feeling not good enough, the feeling of, oh, I need to alter this for my body, and I need to do this, and I need to do this, so the agency will look at me. I need to do this so they will notice me. But in the end, if you notice yourself and you know your self-worth, that's all that matters. And it took me forever to get here today. So if you're watching this video right now, know that you're freaking beautiful and you're freaking perfect exactly how you are. Don't let anyone alternate your body, your mental health, anything when it comes to you, because you are the most important thing. You're powerful and you're enough, period. I don't want to hear anything else. Case closed. Okay. Next, I'm going to be drawing in some black liner.
And more, and I just couldn't get enough. I loved it.
Victoria's Secret's image was largely celebrated, although there were a handful of employees talking openly about a sleazy culture behind the scenes. The owner of the brand, Les Wexner, was friends with Jeffrey Epstein, and Epstein had leveraged that relationship, luring young models into his web by claiming he was a recruiter for Victoria's Secret. But for Casey, her brutal insight into the slimy reality at the lingerie label came at the hands of Wexner's right-hand man, Ed Razek. He was the high-flying exec who created the VS fashion show and its iconic angels.
What are you doing on November 9th and 10th?
I don't know.
Why don't you come join us?
Really? Yeah!
Every girl we've seen over the last 2 days could have been in any of our first 5 shows. It's just going to be a difficult edit.
His decisions were make or break for so many careers.
Positive energy. Well done.
Keep your clothes on, Ed.
Next, I'm going to contour my face, obviously, because I haven't done that. Conceal first down here. in the video, she said that there obviously would be people saying that, oh, you weren't forced to do the modeling. Like, nobody put a knife or a gun to her head and say that she needed to do it. Yes, absolutely right. But when you aspire to be a model, like a high-end model, that's what you want to do. So given that opportunity, being in that playing field, you're going to want to do it. You're going to think that losing weight is what you need to do, if that's what your agent is telling you. Next, contouring with Fenty Beauty. Like, when women like this tell their story, I don't think we should ask those type of questions, because like, if you ask any girl back in the day, would you want to be an angel? Would you want to walk that runway? Everybody that was famous or had a name to themselves was on that show. That's for one. I mean, we had Kanye doing the show, Bruno Mars, The Weeknd. I mean, everybody, right? I don't think there's not one girl that didn't idolize Victoria's Secret models or wanting to be a Victoria's Secret model. So let's not, like, when women tell their story that's super painful like this, let's be more understanding. Let's be more like, it's okay, we're here for you, and we're sorry that that happened to you, and thank you for speaking out. Because it takes a lot of courage for a woman that's been molested or raped to tell her story. So when she tells her story, I don't think we should bash her or ask her or tell her, oh, nobody put a gun to your head. What? Of course nobody put a gun to her head. But that, if her dream at that moment in time was to become a model, then that's what she wanted to do. And unfortunately, she had to go through those things because of her job. Like, I don't understand when people do, like, like, that makes no sense. She wanted the job, so she took the job that she wanted to do. And because her boss was molesting her, that doesn't make it her fault. Or she's getting eating disorder because they're saying that she has too much weight on her. That's not her fault. Contouring with my nose. I said contouring with my nose. Contouring with the Amber from Anastasia. Okay. So to make this nose more believable, we gotta connect the brows to the nose, if you know what I mean. Does it look like my nose is like that naturally? I cannot believe I drew my eyebrows like all the way up there. Like, that is freaking hilarious. I'm going to put these lashes on, but before that, I'm going to do my lip. Going in with the Professional Kiss from New York. It's like a red lip liner. You can use any red lip liner. And I'm gonna use my MAC number Russian red. Ooh. I remember this red. When I tell you, I bought this red so long ago. I think this is the first time me using that red.
That it's buffet style. So I got up with my plate to go get more of whatever was good. And I had physically stepped in front of me and stopped me from going up to the buffet. And the first thing he said was like, he was like, do you really think you need more bread? Like, are you really going to eat more food? And so I just froze up. I stood there. He kept going on like, like, how do you look at yourself in the mirror when you leave your house in the morning? How are you okay with the way you look? So I put down my plate, went straight to the bathroom where I had this like really just like shaky kind of shock, tears, just like being like, what even just happened?
On the one hand, it must have been shocking for you that such a powerful man would belittle you like that. But then, on the other hand, was it almost par for the course there?
It felt very normalized. I remember.
I just want to take a note where if you still shop at Victoria's Secret, you're still supporting the hatred towards women. Honestly, I'm sorry. Like you're just supporting this vision that they have. But because without the funding, without the money that we spend when we go to Victoria's Secret, there would be no Victoria's Secret if it's not for consumers, if it's not us buying these products. So if today you're still buying that product, you are part of the problem. Yep, I said it. If till this day you still shop at Victoria's Secret, you're the problem. You're literally part of the problem. Okay, let's not curse because honestly, this topic is making me really fucking pissed because I was looking up to these girls and I'm not saying I'm mad at the girls. It's more of the dynamic of the company and their values and their morals and how they were belittling the women, abusing the women. And it's like, I wanted to be part of that. And I had no fucking idea these women were getting abused like this.
With him and his assistant made this joke that made me feel really awkward. And it was like, she was like, if I had $1 for the amount of sexual harassment complaints that came across my desk, like I'd be rich. And it was like, they both laughed and I kind of was like, oh, that doesn't feel good.
When Casey complained to her boss rather than investigate, she claims they laughed it off. It was then she discovered numerous other Victoria's Secret employees had made their own sexual harassment complaints about others at the company, only to be silenced with non-disclosure agreements. So do you think it was effectively company policy at Victoria's Secret that anyone who had a complaint about sexual harassment was offer them some money and just hope they go quiet?
Yeah, I know at least 3 people that's happened to, personally. The misuse of NDAs, specifically within Victoria's Secret and other companies, and what frustrates me so much about it is that people are then like locked out of actually telling their story, and it just like silences victims, which is terrible, right? Like people are scared to tell their story, then they have to carry it around with them.
A PR nightmare is now playing out for Victoria's Secret as numerous examples of a toxic culture come to light. The company has recently settled 2 lawsuits taken against it over bullying and misogyny for tens of millions of dollars, while the man accused of harassing Casey, Ed Razek, has resigned. The incoming CEO pointedly said, we need to stop being about what men want and start being about what women want. Victoria's Secret is now undergoing a massive rebrand in a desperate effort to save its reputation and win back customers. The move includes ditching the iconic Angels, replacing them with the VS Collective, a group of inspiring female activists, athletes and actors to represent the label. What do you think of Victoria's Secret's rebrand?
Look, I don't know how you can rebrand something that has caused so much damage to so many people around the world for so long. It's been decades of this. I don't know. To me, I feel like there needs to be a lot more. There needs to be a public acknowledgement of what has happened. There needs to be some sort of pledge. Otherwise, it's just performative activism, you know? It's performative wokeness.
Mind your head for a second.
Next, I'm going to be drawing in the Dalmatian patches on my neck right here. I'm going in with the aqua cryolan water activation right here and the Beno water activation. So if they don't acknowledge their wrongdoing with Victoria's Secret and they're relaunching, it means absolutely nothing. It literally means nothing. It doesn't mean that they're gonna stop abusing women, hurting women. They're probably gonna do it more discreetly where you really won't find out. So the real question is, are you going to continue to support something that hurt women, that basically take our voice away? Are you going to be part of the problem or part of the solution? I hope you guys learned something new today, and I hope you enjoyed watching me recreate this look. I'm gonna put on my stuff and we'll be right back for the final look. Anita, darling, where are the puppies? Every time I do a Halloween look, I'm going to be doing a snip chat with what's going on in the fashion makeup industry, where we go through crimes like these. So if you enjoy it, like, comment, subscribe, so I know you guys are enjoying what we are talking about in each episode.